Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Tea with Templeway. This is our third call, and I just want to welcome you all back. And I wanted to kind of just essentially say, invite anybody, if anybody's interested in coming on Tea with Templeway with me, having a conversation, and telling us your story, we would love to hear it. So please feel free to send us a direct message here on the Templeway account, either on Instagram or Facebook, and we would love to hear from you and get you booked in. So today, my guest is a young lady called Amy Cranfield. Amy is 24 and she's currently studying at university. So I'm going to invite her onto the call and we're going to have a chat about her experience of student life, especially during this lockdown period. So I'm just seeing if she's on the live stream and then we can add her to the call. So far on Tea with Templeway, we've been exploring things like creativity on lockdown. I was talking with Micah about his experience, not currently working, but still trying to find ways to be creative. And we talked about what we've been binge watching on Netflix. A lot of people have got a lot more free time on their hands. And of course, one of those good pastimes is binge watching some TV. So we've been catching up on a bit of that as well. And last week we talked with Jewel and we were talking about vices, how to cope with bad habits and kind of looking more inwardly during this time of lockdown. But Amy's joined us on the live stream now, so I'm going to invite her on and we'll jump straight in. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Cool. So, Amy, could you just let us know? I've already said that you're a student, but could you let us know what you're studying and where you are currently studying it?
Okay, so I'm currently in Gloucestershire, in
Mm-hmm.
the city of Gloucester, which is just down the road, and I study early childhood studies in my final year. Yep.
Okay. So what is that kind of leading towards? Is there a particular
Mm.
career you're after with that degree?
I've always known that I have an aptitude for working with children, so
Mm.
I think it will either be teaching. I am leaning towards primary teaching, or something like sports therapy with children. I'm
Okay.
still not completely set on what,
Mm.
but I definitely know it's something to do with children. Still praying about it.
Yeah. Okay. So on your course, are you kind of just learning the ways of early childhood essentially and what we do, what we don't do as children or
Yeah, it covered quite a lot. I think we covered 12 modules.
mm.
So it's everything to do with children 0 to 8. So
Okay.
from their development, to do with their brain, how they learn, also things to do with their family, things like the different acts to do with Children's Childcare Act and things like that,
Mm.
management in early years. So it covered a range of things. So I guess it's a good basis if I do go into teaching. But I'm
Mm.
also into sports, so maybe something to do with, that side of it as well.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
What's your favorite sport?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think I'll have to be football just
Yeah.
because, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just probably the one I'm probably the best at.
Yeah.
More like naturally good at. Like I can
Yeah.
kick a ball.
Hmm.
I also like netball. I do really like
Mm.
netball. And athletics. Those are my top three.
Okay.
I can't pick one actually. I can't pick
Mm.
one.
Bit of an all-rounder then.
I suppose I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to say that, but I mean I can play most sports.
Yeah. So would you have to do a whole nother degree on top to do like a sports therapy, or could you like do a master's
Mm.
just to top it off? Do you know?
I don't actually know. After my dissertation's handed in, I'm
Mm.
going to research more because at the
Mm.
moment it's just been browsing, oh, this course looks cool, but
Mm.
not really looking into it in depth. So
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
So being on lockdown, then what does that mean for your dissertation? Does it change anything for you at your
It
uni
has.
situation?
It has
What have they
changed a lot.
said?
So actually, at the time, I was on placement at a primary school.
Oh, oh,
I know every year we do 6 weeks of placement, and they're
okay.
normally broken up. So 3 weeks at the start of the year, 3 weeks later. But
Mm,
final year is always a 6 week block. So we're gonna have 4 weeks and 2 weeks. Anyway, we only managed two. And then they were like, oh, you're non-essential, so you have to go home.
yeah.
And mind you, my dissertation's an action research task, so I'm meant to be doing things with the children and
Right.
planning things.
Yeah.
So I did have to
Oh.
change things around in my
Mm,
dissertation, but they did say we can mention, you know, what happened
what's
because of
happened?
this. Yeah. um
Oh.
yeah, so that's unfortunate, but
Mm,
just trying to get it done now. I just need to get
yeah.
it.
So what are you writing about now instead?
So it's still the same topic, but I just changed who I'm getting the data from, because
Mm,
before I was going to get from children. Luckily, I took a notepad with me, and every day I would take notes and journal. So now I'm going to use that as my data, and then
okay.
a questionnaire as well that I'll give to the year one teachers.
Mm,
Just a few questions, because I thought I need something more. But luckily, that journal, it was quite good. I got quite a lot of information. So yeah, I just have to go with that.
okay. So when is that due in? How long have you got left?
Of May. I'm getting there. Yeah,
Oh, sorry, you
19th
cut
of
out a
May.
little bit. 19th of May.
Mm,
Oh, okay, not long left.
I
Nearly
know.
there. So do you have any exams on your course, or is it all coursework?
No, it's all coursework, standard 2,500 written assignments and presentations. I think we had
Mm,
one presentation every year. And then also different things like a screencast where you have to talk over a healthy website or things
okay.
like that. So that was quite cool. A letter
Yeah.
to the education secretary was one we had to
Mm,
do as well. So it
mm.
was quite different, some of them, but the rest standard 2,500 words or
Yeah,
more
yeah.
sometimes, yeah.
So have you had like any online lectures or sit downs with your
They haven't
tutors or anything like
started
that?
yet. Yeah, they haven't started yet,
Mm,
because we're meant to be on placement. But
right.
when placements finish, we'll have online
Oh, okay.
lectures. Yeah,
Yeah, to finish off. Gosh.
I
Do you think
know.
have they said anything to you about graduation and things like that, or are they just kind of,
Um, so our graduation is really late this year. It's November. So we're just
oh,
hoping that by then
okay.
it'll be okay. But
Mm,
obviously that's a large crowd, so I don't know, if by then they'll allow such meetings. We'll just
mm.
have to wait and see, I suppose.
Yeah. So how are
Yeah.
you finding it studying at home and doing your dissertation at home?
It's been hard. It's been really difficult because I'm someone who likes to have that environment of the library or ICT
Mm,
suite, especially for some things like researching things. I find it easier to be in the environment where everyone's working or things like that.
yeah.
Or if I am home, I'm normally home by myself for a long period. But now, um, both my mum and my sister are on furlough.
Mm,
My dad's only working as he's a carer. So the
mm.
house is full of adults. And working with children, I find I find children more interesting than adults.
Yeah, yeah.
And just their bubbliness and energy. So I've been going on runs a lot,
Okay.
just to, use that energy that I was having with the children,
Mm,
playing with them and just hearing their jokes and their funny things they tell me. So it's been
yeah.
difficult. It's been difficult, but
Oh,
I've been trying my best to do as much work as I can.
mm,
Um, Not every day is productive. I can't lie.
yeah.
um, but I think after this weekend, I'm just gonna knuckle down and just get it done. Just get it done.
Yeah. How many words have you got left to write?
Do you know what? This is really bad, but I haven't actually counted. I haven't counted the
Oh,
words.
it's not.
No, I haven't. I
You
haven't.
don't have it up at the bottom of the
No,
as you write.
basically, I've got my different chapters, and then I'm not looking at the word count because I don't want to
Okay.
get upset.
Yeah, just write
I'm
what you
just,
can and see.
yeah, I just want to
Mm,
finish each chapter, edit it a bit, and then I'll look. But for now, I'm just like, just want to keep going and do as much
Yeah.
as I can each day.
Mm.
But I had another assignment that was due last week at the same time, so I was trying to juggle both things was quite
Yeah.
difficult.
Mm.
But we're nearly there. I'm grateful that
Mm.
I'm here still and that I'm still able to get a degree.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's true. Are
Yeah.
you having to do a lot around the house, or your family being sympathetic?
Oh gosh.
Are they letting you off?
No, they are being sympathetic, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I do like to do things around because I think
Mm.
I'm finding, obviously, I'm bored in the house,
Yeah.
so I'm actually spring cleaning a lot, getting rid of things and
Yeah.
just tidying up, you know,
Mm.
purging my wardrobe
Mm.
and my hair products and stuff. So no,
Yeah.
I'm doing, keeping busy.
Mm.
But no, it's okay.
Yeah. So is your course 3 years, or is it an extended course?
It's 3 years. It's 3 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be
So
finished soon.
have you been living on campus this whole time? Or
No, so this is what makes, I guess, it different. I've been living from home.
oh, okay. So
Yeah,
it's not too different for you then. It's just
it's
more.
not
I can't
too,
go to
yeah,
library.
yeah, it's not too different. I do
Mm.
miss my friends at university and the social interaction. I think is a big thing for me. Even though I am quite reserved, when I'm around people I know, I can talk quite a lot and just I think just seeing people and interacting with people and saying, "Oh, hello," like I enjoy that. So that's
Mm.
been difficult because at university, obviously, there's people all the time, but
Mm.
now it's just strange. You kind of feel like, oh, I'm so alone, even though there's people in the house. You just
Yeah.
feel a bit isolated. Yeah, it's a strange time.
Yeah, because I guess you don't necessarily talk to your family about all the same things you would your friends. So it
Exactly.
can be isolating if you haven't got someone directly to talk to about
Mm,
a specific thing, or something they might
yeah,
not quite relate to, or anything like that.
that's
How old's
true.
your sister?
She's 3 years older.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, but like we got on fine. I think it's
Mm.
just for me as well. I used to go to the gym, netball club, recreational netball with the university, and
Mm.
I miss church a lot and just things where you're in a group, a collective
Mm.
group, and yeah, that's been hard. Like that routine of having, oh, on Tuesday I do this, Wednesday I do that. I think
Yeah.
when my routine's out of whack, I don't know how to cope, but I'm adjusting. I think this is teaching me to adjust and be,
Mm.
more flexible.
Yeah. Have you tried to kind of make a new routine at home on lockdown at all?
Yeah, I have actually. It's taken a few weeks, but
Mm.
now my dad and I go running every day, and that's just like part of the routine now. Because
Yeah.
before I used to leave for uni really early, and now we go running quite
Mm.
early. So
That's
that
cool.
slots in nicely. And then we were doing an ab challenge, but we failed and just did a week because it was so
Oh,
hard, and we were in we were in pain. And then what else have we done? Oh yes, I was doing a lot of cooking the first few weeks, but then I just got sick of it, and now I'm like,
oh,
oh, I'll do it when I want now.
the novelty's
uh,
worn off.
yeah, but like craft wise, because I'm into art and stuff, I did
Okay.
buy some paint and things. So I want to get creative again.
Yeah.
That'd be
What kind of
nice.
stuff do you like to do with like arts and
Um,
crafts?
yeah, I'm really into at the moment like abstract sort of art. So
Mm.
just trying things like scraping paint, different colors. I don't know if you've seen those. They're really cool. So I wanted to try
When
it.
it's like
So
the different layers of paint and then you scratch off the. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and you scrape it. And I actually bought the actual scraper thing the other day from B&M.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna
Yeah.
try do that.
Oh. Oh, I'll be
Another one,
looking forward to
yeah.
seeing that. I hope you put it on your stories and we can see
Oh, I'll
what
see
you're up
how
to.
good it is. And also, yeah, I'm into singing, so trying to just keeps, I always sing every day, but I've been trying to write some little songs. I
Okay.
haven't done in a while, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just, I guess, getting more in touch with the creative side because I've been so focused
Yeah.
on university.
Mm.
Before that, at sixth form and GCSE, I was really into art and stuff. So I
Mm.
think, yeah, using that talent again has been nice, really
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah.
I guess for a lot of people, this has been a time where they've not really had anything to do, so they've been
Mm.
reflecting a lot. But you sound like you've been quite busy, actually.
I actually
But have you?
have. I have
But
been
have you
busy.
had? Have you kind of had some time to kind of reflect and think about
Mm.
stuff while you've been on lockdown?
Yeah. I have. Sometimes I'll go for walks by myself or jogging by myself, and that's quite nice.
Mm.
I don't always take my phone with me because sometimes
Mm.
I find that can be distracting. I just end up taking pictures of things. But there's also a nice green area near my house, so just walking around there and you just notice things like that I've never noticed before, like the trees and just certain things. That's been nice. And
Mm.
journaling, I've started doing more of. Um,
Okay.
and it's amazing what you think sometimes because
Mm.
I don't think we always realize what's always, playing on our minds. So it's nice to
Mm.
just write it all down, and that's
Yeah.
what been helping me reflect, I think, a lot.
Yeah. So
Mm.
have you felt like, because this whole lockdown situation has been like one of those where it's a different type of season for all types of people. Like, how would you, if you were going to kind of label this chapter, other than calling it
Mm.
lockdown, like how would you describe it for yourself? What kind of season has it been for you so far?
Ooh, I think for me, it's been a season of rediscovery.
Rediscovery. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go on. Tell me a bit more.
because
Tell me a bit more.
because everything I'm kind of doing is things that I was doing before, but it's just
Mm.
rediscovering that. Like my passion for athletics has always been
Mm.
there since I was 10.
Mm.
And just recently I realized, this is actually something that I really, really enjoy doing and I should take it up again. And honestly, it's been amazing. I really enjoyed it, just
Mm.
running. It's so nice to just be out in the fresh air. I mean, we're in the countryside ish, so it's quite
Mm.
nice. Also, rediscovering my love for arts and things like that, and just yeah, trying new things with art as well, not just the standard sketching or stuff like that. Just being free to try new
Yeah.
things with that art world. It's been really great.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you said about bending your love for working with kids and sports, but have you
Mm.
ever considered mixing it with your art side or your musical side? Would you consider
Oh,
doing that kind of stuff?
yeah. I mean, I have actually. I've thought about, maybe something like art therapy or something like that.
Mm.
It's just
Hmm.
this is a problem with me. I always have so many ideas on things.
Yeah.
It's just finding
Well, you
finding
can
the
do more than
one.
one down the line. You don't have to
That's
stick with
true.
one career forever. You
That's
can
true.
do one
That
for
is true.
now and change again
Hmm.
in a few years. That's how it
Yeah.
goes.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always things you can do, art therapy or stuff with singing even.
Mm.
Yeah. Do you know what? I haven't really thought about it in depth, but no, it's definitely an
Mm.
option. Definitely.
Yeah. I've noticed that when you've kind of got teaching and then you've got
Mm.
sports therapy or art therapy, is it that you wouldn't want to teach one of the things that you're really interested in? You'd rather kind of apply it in a more kind of a different way, I guess, in a more therapeutic way.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would like to teach art. I think if I were to teach, it would be primary school anyway, so
Mm. A
you have
teacher.
to do a range, yeah, teach it all. But yeah, I don't know if I want to actually be in the school setting so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about it. I'm still kind of
Mm.
looking into it and yeah, seeing what else I could possibly do.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, I think when you really kind of think outside the box, there are just so many different options. Like you could
Mm-hmm.
even maybe like the idea of going into schools but not being,
Mm.
so you do like workshops and stuff like that, like have
Yes.
people come in and
Yeah.
do workshops and things, and even sports stuff as well, which was actually really fun because then you get to still work with kids, but it's not like you're not kind of chained up in that school system.
Exactly, exactly. And I think it keeps it interesting because you could be traveling from different school to different school. You know,
Yeah.
like oh, what is it called? That advert that comes on TV, Get Up and Go, something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Fit,
yeah.
Health for Life, Fit for Life. I can't remember what it's called.
Like the little plasticine people, that one.
Yeah, like stuff like that. I think, you know, like a sports initiative or
Mm.
something to get children moving would be quite a good thing. Or working, you know, with the council, um, helping. Oh, I've also thought about this. So many ideas. Family support worker. So working
Okay.
in the community,
Yeah.
because they obviously provide workshops for parents and
Mm.
mothers, dads, whoever.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so there's a lot of thinking to be had,
Yeah.
but this is why I would like to have a gap year,
Yeah.
um, just to explore different options, volunteer at different places, and see, you know, what I would really like to do.
Mm.
Yeah.
So would you potentially just kind of find some kind of job to have an income next year, but not necessarily a career, just a
Mm,
job, so to
yeah,
speak?
yeah,
Mm.
definitely. So I really did enjoy working at the school
Yeah.
and kind of acting as an assistant teacher.
Yeah.
So maybe that would be a good job to have. I also still have a job at a nursery, but that's bank staff.
Mm.
So yeah, just to have an income and also learn in the early years industry would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you mentioned before that you're missing church. Do you do anything with children at your local church?
Yeah, so well, I'm actually the youth leader
Oh.
and yeah, and I work with the Sabbath school team as well, teaching the children. So
Mm.
that's quite nice. Yeah, it's been sad not seeing them. It's so strange, but one day soon.
Yeah. Have you been able to do anything with them virtually at all?
We do have Zoom church, so that's
Mm.
been nice. I haven't taken the children's Sabbath school yet, but they might call on me. But no, it's been really nice actually having the Zoom app. Um, a lot of people's been using it, and it's been great. It's been really good, really really nice.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Ramona's asking his church online now. I don't know if that's a cheeky question. Sounds like it was. Oh, church is online now.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
So I guess I was just thinking, for some people, this has been a bit of a reality check as to
Mm,
whether they still, if they actually enjoy what they've been kind of held back from because of lockdown, like all
yeah.
these different things that you're involved in.
Mm.
Have any of them that you can't do? Have you been like, oh, actually, I'm quite relieved I don't have to do that right now, or is it all kind of stuff
Oh,
that you're missing?
oh, that's a tough one. I think that I'm missing it all, you know.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah. I think maybe if I was younger, I might have said, "Oh, I don't miss doing that." But at the moment, it's more of, "Oh, I can't wait to get back to doing that."
Mm.
It's really hard not being able to help people or children. I find that really difficult, and not being able to, yeah, just help people. I think is it's quite hard right now for me,
Mm.
but it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, Ramona said that she was asking if your church is online now.
Oh
Actually,
my, yes, it is. it is online.
Zoom calls for church.
Yeah, Zoom. We have Zoom prayer meeting,
Hmm.
Zoom Vespers on Fridays, and Zoom Sabbath service.
Is it kind of, is it structured the same way it would have been at your actual church building, or have they mixed it up because it's online?
It's kind slightly different, but it does keep to more or less the same format.
Mm.
Although they had something, oh, they had an afternoon program with some quiz that they had. So
Mm.
they're trying new things. I think they're still getting the hang of it, but
Yeah.
it's quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also, other churches that have church on Zoom and young people doing different things. So I think it's been really nice, really good for people.
Oh, that's good.
Mm.
So Ethan was asking if we're
Mm.
both, but neither of us are teachers.
Oh,
That Amy's said, is it early child development?
early childhood studies, but
Ah,
yeah.
that is my bad.
It's
So
good.
one of the things Amy's considering is
Mm,
exploring teaching and the different elements,
maybe.
how it can incorporate. So yeah, she's not a
Mhm.
teacher. I before lockdown I was working part time as a swimming teacher.
Oh.
I do teach in some shape, which
Mm,
is why I relate to that. Like, I don't want to be in a school, but I
mm,
like working with kids. I do like teaching, so I totally get that,
yeah,
resonate with that. It's just
yeah.
finding a way that you can still apply the things you're interested in and apply those skills that
Mhm.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
don't work with proper school teachers, but we love kiddies. That's
I
good.
know. Yeah.
So, what would you say you are missing the most then of all the things that you do?
Ooh, that's hard. I would say, yeah, being with the children in the capacity of working with them.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it just some days are very difficult, but it's so rewarding as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just when the children have that light bulb moment and they realize, oh, I get that, or they just bond with you, and it's just the sweetest thing. The funny stuff they say as well, and I think I'm a big kid myself, so
Yeah,
being around them, I don't feel like I'm out of place. I can say
yeah.
silly things. I can be energetic, and no one will be like, "Why are you so happy? Why are you so hyper?" So I definitely miss that. Just feeling like, yeah, this is great. I can be silly. It's fine. They'll laugh. But
Yeah,
mm,
feeling like you kind of belong with them.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
So true.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of friends that are kind of similar to you in that sense? That are
I
kind of.
I have my friends on my course, especially the core group that I made
Mm,
friends with. We all are like that. I think enjoy being around children and teaching them things and educating them, and teaching's kind of in my family as well. So
okay.
we've got a lot of teachers, and at my church, there's a lot of people who work in the children's department and things like that, and pathfinders and adventurers.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I'm around it a lot, and my mum was a teacher before as well. So
okay. Was she
yeah.
in mainstream schools teaching?
She was in South Africa. She taught for many years,
Mm.
and now she has a different job. But it's in our blood, I guess.
Yeah, great. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything? I know you've said you missed quite a lot of stuff, but
Mm,
are you hoping for any change post lockdown, or do you want everything to
mm,
go back to exactly how it was?
yeah. Oh, I think one thing I'm actually enjoying is less people being around. Even though I like being around people, it's just not that busyness. I went to town the other day, and it was just so calm and peaceful, and I quite like that. Also, the way people aren't, um, yeah, getting too close and just giving you that space has been nice.
Mm.
Um, Also, I think it's been really good for families to get together, as
Yeah.
some people have had to come home and things like that.
Mhm.
So I think that's been really good. and just coming together as a country has been nice here in England.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Mm.
think we need to do more things where we join together, because at the moment I think there's a lot of division. I think, you know, with politics or religion, and I mean, this country is obviously um, going through something that the rest of the world is going through, and just, I guess, seeing people as human beings and loving each other is something that we need to take out of this, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's more love, more community, but
Community,
also,
that's what I
but
did.
also respect for people's space and their boundaries.
Yes, oh my gosh, respect. Yes, that needs to be said. Yeah,
Yeah. It's
definitely.
interesting having to distance ourselves has actually brought people closer, but
Hmm.
in a way, it's teaching us how to actually have boundaries and
Yeah.
have distance at the same. It's
Mhm.
all blurred in together, isn't it? It's a bit yang going on.
Yeah, oh gosh, it's true.
Ethan has a question for us. He asked what motivated us to go into teaching.
Hmm.
So if there's anything.
Yeah, that's interesting. For me, I was involved with, you know, just doing things like the children's story at church or things like that. And I really found that I enjoyed it. And people would say to me, "Oh, you're quite good at that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, you know." And then from then, I've just found myself always doing things with the children in church and reading, you know, the children's story or taking the children's story, and then the Sabbath school. Um, and I naturally have this thing where I see younger people and maybe they're, you know, struggling with something, and I want to teach them and help them.
Mm.
And yeah, I enjoy it. I do enjoy it a lot.
Oh, that's really
How
cool.
about you?
Um, I think well, I kind of got into the swimming teaching through kind of learning myself. I went through the swim school.
Okay, okay.
I want to get involved in teaching, and I did. It was a part-time job through secondary
Mm,
school, and I just found that I really enjoyed it.
mm,
I wasn't attending church till I was a bit older, till I was kind of finishing my GCSEs.
mhm.
Um, but even there, I was still. I really resonated when you said about being with kids and feeling like you can just be yourself with them.
Yeah.
And I found that quite a lot when I started coming to church. Is that
Mm,
I felt accepted faster by the children
yeah,
than
definitely. Yeah.
anybody else. I found myself spending a lot more time with them
Mm.
than people my own age at the beginning.
I
Um,
really like that. Yeah.
yeah, it's just a general kind of sense of comfort with kids because I know some
Mm,
don't like the company of children. It just makes them feel uncomfortable to be with them.
mm,
So I guess it's that sense of comfort is what led me to it. And just
yeah.
yeah, it's nice to see, like you said, it's nice to see that eureka moment and that process of learning,
Mm,
and being able to bond with a child by kind of sharing your knowledge with them is really special. It's
so
quite
nice. Yeah.
a privilege to see it for sure. It's
Mm.
really cool. Custody, thank you. Feel free, if you're watching, to feel free to put in questions for us. I'm more than happy
Yeah.
to answer them as we go.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I think. Have you got any advice
Oh.
for fellow students on lockdown? Because
Mm.
obviously you've had this experience of kind of studying from home already.
Yeah.
So I guess you've got a lot more experience of what it's like to
Mm.
study compared to people that have never done it before until
That's
six
true.
months ago. So have
Yeah.
you tips for kind of ways to kind of maybe manage your time or get a
Mm.
in uni and
Mm.
that kind of, any tips for them?
I would say definitely have a routine. You don't always have to stick to it, but things
Mm.
like sleep, make sure you get enough sleep. Um, Also have a hobby so that you're not constantly feeling like, oh, I should be doing my work. You do need breaks as well.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, having hobbies help. So either go for a run, or if you like something else, do that. Um, Also stay in touch with people. because it can feel a bit overwhelming because you're just inside and you're like, oh, I need to do my work, whatever. Just stay in touch with people, talk to people. Also make sure you, um, I guess you have some goals that you want to, oh, I need to do 200 words by then or whatever. Keeps you
Right.
on track and you don't get too distracted by the telly or something else. What else would I say? I think that's my main ones. Yeah, it's not always easy because obviously in this situation the libraries aren't even open. So normally I would say try to go to to the library and do some work. But if you can sit in a car or something, if you really need like quiet, you could do that or in the garden or something else. But definitely have a routine, sleep, try to sleep regularly at the same time. And for me, I like to actually get dressed when I'm doing my university work, so I don't feel lazy and I actually feel like, oh, I'm ready to work now. So I'll put on normal clothes and not just loungewear or PJs or whatever. That kind of helps as well.
That makes sense. I used to be someone that could just work in their pajamas, but I've 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 moved over to your side. Yeah, I need to get dressed before I start any work.
Yeah. Also, just feel like, oh no, God.
Yeah. So, what's your plan once your dissertation is over? What are you going to be doing with all your time?
Oh, so I have a guitar and
Oh,
meaning to, really learn properly. So my cousins have been helping me. So I
okay.
think more time on that because I'm actually starting out from the beginning again. Definitely
Yeah.
want to write some lyrics, some music. Also, yeah, continue with the running. I've really been enjoying that. Hopefully I'll be signing up for a half marathon maybe in the future. Yeah.
Okay.
But not quite there. I did 7 kilometers today with my dad. I wasn't planned. He said, "Oh, we'll go for a short run." Next minute, I'm looking on the watch and it's like 5 kilometers. Okay, okay, Dad. So yeah, just carrying on with things that, like I said, I'm rediscovering again that I enjoy, like athletics. What else did I say? Oh, the arts, like painting, trying new techniques with painting that I didn't really try before. And oh, I do want to learn some Spanish,
Okay.
more than like hola and stuff like that. That's all I know really.
Yeah.
So yeah, just trying new stuff, just having fun, and also resting because I'm someone, as you can tell, I like to do a lot, but definitely need some time for journaling, reading. Definitely want to do more reading, like books. I don't like online reading so much. Reading a book, just resting, I think is hard for me, but I'm definitely going to do some self-care and just take some time just to chill.
Yeah. So, why Spanish? What makes you want to learn Spanish?
I've been to Spain twice now, and
Yeah.
honestly, it's just something about Spain. I just love it. I just love the people and the culture, that whole siestas. I'm a foodie. I love food. If anyone knows me out there, I love food, and I would fit in in Spain definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love the culture. We went to Barcelona last year and Spain, but it was only a day trip to Barcelona. But honestly, I really love it over there. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Just oof, I feel like I'm pot Spanish.
Yes.
I'm
You.
not really. I'm not really. Yeah,
Have
no,
you
I
ever,
love it.
you ever done the ancestry stuff to see where all your roots are?
Do you know what? I haven't, and I do kind of know ish, but in South Africa, the people of mixed heritage, we know like closely what we're linked with. So either great grandmother was this or whatever, whatever. But yeah, like the smaller percentages, I'm not sure. If they're accurate, I don't know. But it would be interesting just to see.
Yeah. Are both your parents from South Africa then?
Yeah, both of them, and I was born there and lived there till I was 10.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've lived here longer now. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Have you
very. Interesting.
Have you been back since you came here?
We try to go back every 2 years or so.
Okay.
So we're just hoping, God willing, we'll be able to, go back and be on holiday again.
Yeah,
See our family. Yeah.
yeah. So if you, after lockdown, if they said you could only go to one more country,
Mm.
where do you want to go?
South Africa.
Go back to South Africa.
Down, yeah.
Yeah.
Would have to be.
Yeah.
Would have to
What's
be.
the, do you miss anything from there?
Ooh, okay. So apart from family and friends, I miss the food, the restaurants I used to like, the beach. Okay, the beach is above that. The beach and the nature, the natural aspects of it all. I
Mm.
definitely miss that, and just the family togetherness, coming together on birthdays and
Yeah.
special events and things like that. Definitely miss that, because here not everyone has that kind of bond with their family, or you
Mm.
know sees family as that kind of thing. So
Mm.
I really miss that. And I think in South Africa, people, we've been through a lot as a country,
Yeah.
um, and it still has a long way to go, but I think people are, more together than apart, even though we are
Yeah.
still quite, segregated-ish.
Mm.
um, Yeah, and I like the fact that, in South Africa, there's poverty, there's things like this, but people are happy. They seem happier sometimes than people in first world countries where, you have all the gadgets, all the things you need, all the money, but if your well-being isn't good or things like this, you're not gonna have the best quality of life, mentally, emotionally, and things like that.
Mm.
So it's interesting. It is interesting. It's
Yeah.
just, I guess, the things we put value on aren't always things that will make us happy.
Mm.
And I'm learning that as well with being in lockdown and having my phone, having a laptop, having this. I don't want to be on these things. I just want to see my friends in person. I just want to hug people. I'm such a hugger. I
Me
miss
too.
that. I miss that so much. Just being able to put your hands around someone and say hello, and like,
Yeah.
oh, just shake hands with people at church and
Mm.
just greet someone and pick up a child and say, oh, hello, how are you today? And, just that physical touch of just feeling like, yes, this person gets me. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's been hard. And I miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are your family very tactile, or are you alone in that? Your love of hugging.
Um, Me and my sister hug each other. And yeah, my mum. I think, yeah, we're all quite huggers, I would say. Oh, hair. Oh my gosh, I've got so much hair stuff. It's embarrassing. I'm sorry. But normally, the one I like to use, it was sold out, is Sheer Moisture? Sure. I can never say that. Sheer
Oh,
Moisture. Sheer
yeah.
Moisture, Black Castor oil, leave-in conditioner, the creamy one. So I'll use that, and then I'll put on some kind of like curling cream or something. But
Mm.
that by itself is quite good, I would say. And then I shampoo once a week, and I use OGX apple cider vinegar shampoo at the moment. Makes it quite nice and shiny and so on. That's about it. I
That's
try other stuff as
it's
well.
wrong thing.
Yeah,
When
I
people
try
ask,
other stuff.
I don't know what it's called. I just use it. Like I go in the shop, I
Mm,
know what it looks like. I
yeah.
pick it up and then I use it, and I'm like,
Oh, okay. I
I've just
try so many stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been experimenting with your hair at all on lockdown? I know a lot of people are thinking
Oh, yeah.
staying with it, keeping it as normal.
So it is normally just down, just curly, but I did do twists a few weeks ago. Was it a few? I'm so bad with time right now. Like mini twists.
Yeah.
I tried that, and then recently I've cut my hair because the
Uh-huh.
ends were, when they start just looking a bit funny, and the curl pattern went a bit off. So I just chopped it. I just chopped it, and I chopped the front a bit as well, so
Yeah.
got a bit of a bang. But I'm looking to dye it as well. I'm just trying. New
Oh,
stuff.
what colour are you thinking?
I've got it's a lighter brown. Obviously, my
Mm.
hair's very dark, and this is even lightened. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's normally really, really dark. So a
Mm.
lighter brown, and then I'm looking to do balayage on the ends after lockdown. So yeah, I need lockdown to finish.
Balayage, what's that?
um, it's kind of like dip dye, but
Okay.
more, it's a different kind of look, but similar. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
I
know.
think you're over it.
Yeah. And I
I know
did
what you
want.
mean.
Mm. I did want to try, braids with extensions, but I wouldn't be able to do that by myself.
Mm.
So after lockdown for summer, I definitely want to do that because I do plan to be traveling. Yeah.
So once lockdown is over,
Mm,
what do you think your well, let's just say lockdown is going to be over when you finish uni. So let's take uni
mm.
out of the picture. What do you think how do you think you'll spend your first week of freedom after?
Oh,
What would you like to do?
oh wow. I definitely want to visit some places close by, probably like an hour, 2 hours out of Gloucestershire, and
Mm.
just walk around. I know that sounds I just like sightseeing. So places like Oxford and Bath, I haven't really explored. So I
Mm.
would definitely like to explore more of the UK. I feel like I've been so focused on getting abroad that there's a lot of quirky places here that I haven't been to, like the town where Shakespeare was born, things like that. Little quirky places. Any place with a zoo and animal things, I would like to go as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, things like that. My friend and I want to see alpacas as well. So
Mm.
there's an
Yeah.
alpaca farm close by.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely want to do that. Fun stuff like camping. Gloucestershire has a lot of forests and things like that. There's Go Ape, kayaking, just everything that before I was like, oh, I can't do that because I'm so busy with this. Yeah, definitely want to explore the natural side of the world and
mm-hmm.
different towns and things like that.
Yeah. Oh, Ramona's
Oh,
recommend.
whip snake. Oh, okay.
Oh. Whipsnade, is
I've
that London or
It's close by. Yeah, it's near here.
oh, okay. Have you been there before?
No,
Add it to
no.
your list. Freedom list.
I've been to yeah, I've been
Okay.
to West Midland Safari Park is good.
Mhm.
That's really nice. That made me feel like I was back in Africa.
Yeah,
That was really cool. Yeah. Oh,
without the way.
okay. Also, I'd like to. What else would I like to do that first week? Um, yeah, just see my friends and just hug them. I just want to hug them and I guess celebrate that we made it through it because
Yeah.
it's been tough for lots of people and we should
Mm.
celebrate it definitely.
Yeah,
Be
absolutely.
nice.
Yeah, that's true.
That'd be
Is
really
there anything that you feel like you're gonna maybe like prioritize more
mm,
because of this situation? Has it kind of made you reconsider like I need to prioritize that more in my life, or I need to make more time for that? Is there
yeah.
anything that you think is gonna shift once
Um,
lockdown?
for me, I think having me time and time away from everyone, like you said, for like reflection and just having stillness.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to do more of that because before I feel like I was so busy that I missed out on just being still, just listening to the birds, for example. I didn't even notice that the birds in this tree outside my house were so
Mm-hmm.
loud. Now they sound very loud, but it's so nice and just being still and taking time to just appreciate what's around me. Definitely need to be more grateful. I do try to be, but I feel like this time has just made me realize how short life can be or is on this earth, and we should enjoy it. And I think I need to prioritize saying no to certain things because I struggle with saying no. For things that particularly I might not be interested in, but I feel bad. My friends laugh because I'm always like, I feel bad. But for example, something like this I really enjoy doing because I talk a lot and stuff. I do. But other things I'm like, I'm not really interested in that, and I'm learning now as I get older that it's not always you have to say yes. It's actually not. And sometimes people appreciate that, because if you say to someone, I have to say no because I'm not interested in this kind of thing, I think they'd appreciate you being honest with them, because they want someone who is, passionate about that or whatever. So definitely want to learn to say no more and prioritize self-care. I'm taking a step back from the busyness of the world and just taking a breather.
Sounds good. It's good lessons to apply.
Yeah.
Ramona asked, what's your spirit animal?
I think I'm a dog, like a dog type thing. We took this quiz thing. I think I'm like a Labrador or something, a golden retriever.
Do you think does that resonate with you?
I don't know. I don't get stuff like that. I don't know. To be honest, if I was an animal, I would want to be a giraffe because I think they're great. So it's a tall, long. I've got a long neck, I would say.
A long neck, she says. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be a giraffe. Yeah, I'm trying to reach. New heights.
That sounds good. I think I've never heard anyone say they'd want to be a giraffe.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're one of a kind. You're one of a kind. They are. They are gorgeous. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So more self-care. Learn how to say no. Kind of just having a more balance between all your different things.
Yeah.
Lovely lashes.
Oh yeah.
I do have lovely lashes. That's very true, actually.
My eyelashes have grown so much, by the way, during this. Yeah, can you see them? They've just, I don't know what's happened. Oh, maybe it's the running, being in the fresh air, Could be.
Has your diet changed at all on lockdown, or was it just kind of the same old?
I have tried more. Yeah, I've tried to have more greens, definitely. I'm vegetarian anyway, but I'm trying to cut out so much soy products or stuff like that. It is really hard because, meat was part of my world for a long time. But yeah, definitely trying to have more fruit, veg throughout the day. Having more nuts. I think I'm just snacking, to be honest. But yeah, it hasn't changed too much apart from the fact that restaurants are shut. And I don't really like delivery services that much. But yeah, I miss sitting in a restaurant, definitely. And just having that, what would you like to order? I miss that. I just go out for meals a lot. I miss that.
Yeah, actually, it would be nice to go out and enjoy those luxuries again.
Oh my gosh, honestly, and just window shop and feel the clothes would be nice. Try on shoes. That would be nice.
I feel like a recurring theme in this conversation is just I want to touch people, I want to touch clothes, touch shoes, I want to touch food,
yeah, honestly, I'm the type of person, if I'm not actually tangibly holding something, sometimes it doesn't feel like it's there. I know that's really strange, but
no, it makes sense.
I just I love hugging people, even just a pat on the shoulder. Like, that's just like, you've got this, like, thank you. It's just nice,
Yeah, totally get that. I'm a big physical touch person too. Totally understand where you're coming from.
Even just a high five, like, that's so nice for me. Just like, yeah.
Yeah. So it's coming up to 5 o'clock, Amy.
Oh wow. Oh my
So I'm
god. Oh my days, no.
is there any last kind of tips or support that you would like to offer for
Mm,
students or for just people generally at this time that maybe are resonating with what you've been saying
yeah.
in terms of what you've been finding hard and what you've been embracing? Any last
Mm. I would
parting
say,
notes?
yeah, I would say, try to have a routine. Get sleep, get your sleep in.
Mm-hmm.
Try to eat better. Definitely exercise. It makes you feel so much better. Inside, outside. um, if you do exercise, try to do it outside as well. If you have a
Mm-hmm.
garden or walk, just go walking for, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or however long. Stay in touch with people, even though, we're social distancing. Stay in touch with people. Also, if you need help, get it. If, you feel down, call someone, reach out, I would say. And also stay positive. I don't do this every day, try to write down at least 5 things you're grateful for. It makes such a difference and just reminds you, there are stuff in your life you can be thankful for. Also, I prioritize not looking at the news because sometimes it just makes me feel so down. So I try my best not to look, just get my information from my mum. And also, I put off my notifications on my phone. That's given me such great peace of mind. I've deleted certain apps as well. I don't scroll on Instagram anymore. Yeah, just prioritize your mind and yourself, and it's okay to have a break as well. And don't be too hard on yourself for snacking or getting out of shape. I would say.
That's a lot of takeaways. Those are really
Yeah.
nice. But thank you again for joining us this
Thank you
week.
for having me.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, just a reminder to anyone who's watching and you're interested in getting involved or sharing your story or having a chat about a topic you're interested in, feel free to contact the Templeway Church, and we can book you in for tea. So everyone
Thank
watched
you
and
so much.
appreciate it, and hopefully speak to you again soon, Amy.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Take care. Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Bye. Thank you.